Happy Valentine's Day, my friend. This practice is all about loving you and especially your digestion. Okay, so we're going to give the gut a little bit of extra love today. This is a gentle, beginner-friendly practice. You don't need any props, but if you'd like to have a block or two to help you in downward facing dog or lunges, grab those now and prepare to treat yourself with some extra love. What better way to show yourself some self-care than giving your gut a little healthy extra dose of TLC? We are not forcing anything today. We are just here to be, to breathe, to create space. So if you hear any noises happening, that's just your gut giving back. So welcome them all, and whenever you're ready, we can begin. We begin today in any comfortable seat of your choice, or you can begin by lying on the back. Maybe you want to give yourself a little self-hug, okay? Because this Valentine's Day, I want to give you a reminder that there is nothing to fix. We're not here to fix anything. We are here to simply show ourselves love. So we begin by showing up. So wherever you've landed today on your mat, take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Really fill the belly. Let everything expand. Let it become round. And exhale everything out. Maybe you want to place your hands on your belly. Maybe you can make a little heart shape with your hands here. Digging into the theme of self-love as we just center ourselves in the beginning of this practice. Maybe that's a loving thought. Maybe it's simply showing up for yourself on the mat and finding gratitude for that. Breathing nice and easy. No need to change your breath here. Let it be soft and easy. This is your mind telling your body that you are safe. You are in a safe space, right? There's no judgment here. So take a few more breaths and let that message start to slowly sink in, make its way in. And you can stay here, or I encourage you for your next few breaths, wherever you are, to give yourself a full body hug. So whatever that looks like to you. If you're on your back, hug your knees in. If you're sitting up nice and tall, maybe we kind of just give ourselves a little hug here. So grabbing onto opposite elbows, the arms, maybe rounding through the neck. So this is a little compression, but also an act of self-love. Body, we are grateful for you, all the things that you do. Inhale, maybe give yourself a little squeeze. And as you exhale, you can gently release and find your way to a seated position. Maybe cross legs. So find a nice easy seat. We're coming into a little side body twist opening. Okay, so find a breath. And then take this right hand, cross it to the left knee. Inhale, reach the left arm overhead, opening up that line of the side body. Nice and easy movements here, nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy, just a chance to open. Breathe space into the ribs. See how you can expand. And on your exhale, taking this left hand, crossing it over towards the right knee, coming into a twist. So inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, twist over your right shoulder. Again, you can make these movements as static as you want, or add in a little movement, find some dynamic back and forth movements. Those can also help release any stuck gas that may be anywhere in here. One more breath for your twist. And come back to center. And we repeat, taking the left hand to the right knee. Inhale, reach this right arm over, keeping the chest nice and lifted high. Drop those shoulders down. Picture yourself extending out through the tops of your fingers, but still keeping the sit bones rooted on the mat. Big breath in through the nostrils and out. Maybe take this moment to soften a little bit. And on your next exhale, gently coming into your twist, crossing the arms. Inhale to rise and exhale, twist over the left shoulder. The act of twisting helps your digestive system. But remember, we're not forcing anything here today. Really gentle movements. Take your last breath. And then we come back to center, preparing for a few rounds of cat-cow. So make your way carefully, slowly, lovingly onto all fours. We want the wrists stacked underneath the shoulders. We want the knees stacked underneath the hips. And as you inhale, let the belly become round as your gaze lifts up. Exhale, pressing into the tops of the feet, gentle rounding through the spine. Gentle engagement. Moving with the breath, opening, expanding on the inhales. Contracting a little bit on the exhales. Maybe drawing the navel back up into the spine. Welcoming any movements you feel. Any sounds you hear. Beautiful. Find one last round of cat-cow. And we meet back in a neutral spine in tabletop. Extending the right leg behind you, coming up onto the ball of the foot. So find your position here. Make sure, maybe you want to spread the hands a little bit wider. Make sure you have your balance, okay? So inhale to find length in that right leg. And exhale, draw the knee into the nose, crunching again, trying to tap the nose to the knee. Inhale, extend. We do this 3 times. Move with your own breath. Exhale to crunch. Beautiful. And now we're coming into a downward facing dog. So make your way there slowly. Rising up the hips, pedaling out through the feet, walking the fingertips forward. Beautiful. Pressing away from the mat. Allow your belly to soften here. Don't suck anything in. Let it hang loosey and goosey. Maybe you want to open up the hips a little bit. Find some hip swivels. Grounding down through the left foot. We're bringing the right leg up and in through the chest, stepping it in between the hands, coming into a wide, high lunge. So lifting up when you feel stable and secure. Pressing that left heel back. Thinking of yourself as expanding through the front and center. Inhale, and on your exhale, we're coming into a twist. So twist any way you like. Maybe arms are outstretched. Maybe you can add in a little side bend. Hands to heart center. Pick your poison. What feels good to you today? Thinking of lifting, holding in, engaging through the core, twisting, wringing everything out. Coming back to center, we're dropping the back knee, finding a low lunge first, Hands can come to heart center. Maybe hands come to the belly for a moment. Sink those hips down a little bit. Inhale, reach the arms up. Drop the shoulders down. Big breath in through the nose, cleansing all of your passageways, all of your systems. And exhale, rain the fingertips down to step that foot back into tabletop. Repeating everything on the other side. First, taking a few rounds of cat-cow. Okay, so take your time, find your alignment, modify anything if you need to. Finding a few more rounds of cat-cow, working through the spine gently. Maybe this time you make this one a little more dynamic. Find a little more fluidity in matching movement to breath. And whenever you're ready, we meet back in a neutral spine tabletop. So ground down through this right foot, extend the left long, big inhale, feel the stretch in the calf. And exhale, crunch knee to nose 3 times. Big breath in on the extension and exhale. Draw the breath in the belly in. Inhale, let it become free. And exhale. Beautiful. You know what to do now. We're coming into our downward facing dog. Send those hips up. Send that booty up to the sky. Reach those fingertips forward. Maybe you notice yourself feeling a little bit more open. Maybe not. That's fine. Pedaling out the feet once again. Stop clenching that belly. No judgment here. Beautiful. When you're ready, ground down through the right foot. Pick the left up behind you. Bring it high in through the chest. And step it in between the hands. Rising up nice and strong for your high lunge. Take a moment here to check in. See what you feel. Hand on your next exhale. Take your version of this twist, whatever that looks like to you. Remembering to breathe the whole time. Nice and easy. The more you contract and tighten everything up, the more your bowels and your whole digestive system tightens up. We don't want that. We want it to be relaxed and loose and ready to release. Framing that left foot, drop the back knee down, coming into a low lunge. Inhale, find your center. Maybe close the eyes for a moment if your balance feels okay. Feel the steady beat of your heart. And on your next inhale, raise the arms up, finding a little bit of a deeper stretch in the hips. Free breath, free body. And rain the fingertips down. This time we're coming to step up to the top of the mat. So step up, bend your knees very, very generously, and give yourself another hug. Wrap the arms behind the thighs if you can, if that feels good. Maybe hang the head down. You can also grasp opposite elbows, but I recommend you give yourself a nice little hug here. You deserve it. Melt the belly into the thighs. Perhaps find a tiny little sway, side to side. Massaging your internal organs. letting your belly drape over your legs. And slowly release so we don't get too dizzy. We are preparing to come onto our backs, however that feels good to you. Maybe you take a little fun little roll. Ooh. And you can give yourself, look at that, another little hug. I wonder what our theme is today. Rock gently side to side. Feel gravity's weight as it draws you closer into the earth. Know that there is nothing you really need to be doing right now, other than being here. Find a moment of stillness, lying flat on the back. And gently unravel, coming into a nice happy baby. We want to open those hips. Okay, so let the legs go wide. You can grab onto the ankles, the shins, the big toes. Again, whatever feels good to you. Breathe space into the hips. Welcoming any movements, any sounds, any sensations that we may be stirring up for you here. Invite them in, and then you can invite them to release themselves out. No force, only if it feels natural. Taking 2 more big breaths here. Really let the belly become full and round. And then exhale. Let everything go. Gently releasing your left leg down onto the mat, coming into a supine twist. So hug this right knee in, big inhale. And on your exhale, carefully guide the knee across the body. I feel some things stirring around in here. What do you feel? Exhale, roll slowly onto the back and switch your legs, extending the right, hugging the left knee in. Big breath and find your twist. Let the legs become heavy. Releasing any tension that you may find in the muscles of your face. Exhale, back onto the back. If you need anything else, if any posture is calling to you right now before we come into our final resting pose or Shavasana, please take a moment to fulfill and satisfy yourself. This is your practice. Make it what you need it to be. And then find whatever position calls to you. Maybe it's constructive rest pose with the knees knocking together, feet on the mat. Maybe it's a full release in Shavasana or corpse pose. Hands can gently find the belly, feeling the rise and fall of your breath. And a gentle reminder to go with the theme of today's practice that self-love and self-care do not have to be extravagant things. Sometimes it's just you allowing yourself to slow down and release in a healthy, natural way. There's nothing you need to change about yourself. Nothing at all. And on this next breath, I want to see if you can send yourself a little love letter. Think of it as a little love letter from the top of your head all the way through your body, out through the tips of your toes. Self-acceptance, gratitude, presence. Whatever you think you need to hear. And with that, you can stay in your final resting position for as long as your body deems necessary, or you can join me for another breath to close out our practice. But no matter where you are, I thank you for joining me on the mat today and honoring your body. A lot of times Valentine's Day is thought of as towards other people, but practices like these are one of the best things that you can do for your mental and physical health. I'm sure your gut thanks you, and I would love to know how this practice felt for you. I can't wait until I see you again, my friend. Thank you for allowing me to guide you, and have a happy Valentine's Day.